and concerns about our policies and programming can be channeled. In this wise, legitimate and responsible queries and complaints will be entertained via these platforms for swift responses. Call, SMS, or reach us via WhatsApp on 0916-984-0307 or send us an email on taffmediagroup1@gmail.com.
The Football Fans Friday is officially here. All the biggest football fans around the globe, all in one place.
United for life.
I'm Barcelona.
100% Arsenal.
I'm Juventus.
I'm Madrid.
I'm Chelsea.
Surely has to be Manchester City.
AC Milan.
I've been to Aqua United who jacked up for life. Ha ha ha. Eyimba. Kano Pillars. Exclusive and up-to-date football content every Friday 3 to 4 p.m. on Planets 101.1 Afro. Come ready to rep your club.
This is the season to share in, and this is the season to make yours. Visit Planet 101 FM sports page, like the page, drop a comment saying, I am game for Friday, plus the club you represent, and you could feature in one of our weekly Fans Friday attack. For more information on how you could be a part of it, join our daily football shows 3 to 4 p.m., Mondays through Fridays. Come ready to rep your club. The Football Fans Attack on Planet 101.1 FM. Every week, it's more football. More stars, more you.
All right, so football is back here on Planet Radio 101.1 FM. We'll to look at what's happening across that sphere. Well, here in Nigeria, talk about a handful of players, including one star, plays club football in Mexico. Well, she's got a surname, Sonny, that's Kanu Nez, would be the first name for now. We'll talk about Jose Pizarro, and of course, his attempt to a certain star who plays for Arsenal, also eligible to play for Nigeria. We look at that story in very fine details. Lion signed pre-contract agreement with former champions of the UEFA Champions League. Bringing that story in fine details, even as well. Transfer stories involving Manchester United, whose Vegas and Blazers considered that particular deal. How Felix is nearing a move to London. But we'll leave Mari to talk about that extensively. Edin Ketia is catching the eye. 5 goals in his last 6 games. He's now scored in 4 consecutive games for the Gunners. How improved is this young star, Edin Ketia? What does it mean of the chance to get for the Gunners going forward? It's the end of an era. Or call him a sense. Call him a Galactico. We can also call him a Welsh hero. The man is calling time on what many would describe to be a fairly lost career. Gareth Bale hangs his boots at 33. He's seen it all. This so he believes. The latest action from the Italian Serie A, the Spanish Primera División Liga, and a lot more. We'll react to all of the stories via the phone lines on 090-222-3101-027-624-8565. Join the conversation this afternoon as always. You can also join us on Facebook. We're streaming live on a verified Facebook page, Planet Radio 101.1 FM. Marius got a post published rather on the Planet 101 FM spot page. So go right there, drop a comment underneath the post published, and we'll take them as they come. Welcome. My name is Bryce James. It's a super exciting afternoon to be back here alongside Marizona, Isaac officially, of course, the man Solomon Akpabio, but you know him as Solorex. Lionel Kemp should be here as well. But when the man used to play football, he used to go by the name Oleg. I don't know what he goes by these days. I always bring these guys, I unravel these guys and I throw them to you. It's part of what I do here. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. Let's get the show rolling. Mari, let's view the story of Super Falcons forward netting a hat-trick as Tigres opened their Mexican Women's League season with a 16-0 hammering, a home win against Atlas. All the goal scorers for Tigres were Mia Fischer, who scored 2 goals, and Jaco Val was getting a goal in that particular. The impressive win means Tigres are second behind Juarez, the 18-team league standings. As we speak, they're the current league champions after claiming their 5th title last season, the most by any Mexican women's team. This must be the story. Well, she represented Nigeria, talk about Kano at the 2014 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup, and then the 2014 FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup as well. And made a senior debut with the Super Falcons on the 8th of April 2019 in what was a 1-2 friend loss to Canada. Was eligible to play for the English national team, having represented them at youth level. Was looking to have the man who to join the ranks, score the ranks with the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Remember last year, the England Youth International admitted that it's open to playing for Nigeria if the NFF invites him, despite being eligible for 2 other countries. As 21 is currently enjoying his spell in the League On, with Rams scoring 10 times and adding a further 2 assists in 16 massive games. On FIFA rules informed by Logan would be free to switch to represent the Super Eagles because he's not played for the England senior side competitively. Well, this is the story. Well, we're talking about attacking options for us. Now, we've talked about 5 strikers, Victor Osimhen leading the line. Paul Onwacho also in the mix, and how can we forget the man who also plays in the French League? We'll talk about Terem Moffi, but for Larin Balogun, I think with his quality with the senior national team, talking about the Super Eagles of Nigeria, that potential switch, what will it mean for Larry? What would it mean for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, Mari?
Well, of course, first up, Gabson Bright, I think it's a chance for the man to showcase himself to, the Nigerian crowd. His quality is not in doubt. He currently has 10 goals in 16 games of Rams in the French League. It shows you quality. And of course, talking about the national team, well, it clearly, even gives us, a lot more quality and gives Pesedo a lot more selection headache in the attack, because we're talking about, bright talent at the national team level in the attacking position. Victor Osimhen is there scoring goals as much as possible. Terem Moffi, keep talking about him. He's scoring goals as well in the league or two. This man that in Genk scored over 12 goals right now. In Genk as well. So it increases our chances of getting quality. Probably in the case of an injury concern for some attackers. Remember what happened to Victor Osimhen? I think it was late last year. He was out and then the attack looked very toothless. unfortunately. So, I mean, you have just more quality to the side. And this is a conversation we've been having even before Peseiro came in. It was a conversation back, during, what's his name now? Again, Ross era. Basically, kept talking about Folarin Balogun and a chance to get him to the national team level. I think it would be a bright idea, basically. As I said, it's a chance to, further expand our talent attacking wise, and it will look beautiful for me. It gets to accept Nigeria and come play for us.
You like to see him wear the green, white, and green jersey, so right?
Well, Brett, of course, a young talented lad who is 21 years of age, will definitely, do well in the national team as well. But Brett, for him to really sparkle to the highest level, he needs to be on the bench and learn from the key strikers. Talking about the likes of Victor Osimhen. We see Cyril Dezes in that particular mix. Not forgetting, Sembonke. Not forgetting Ademola Lookman as well in that particular game. But Bright, he won't be starting majority of the games. So I just feel he would just play in the second field, just like Nketiah, coming in the 88 minutes and 17 minutes, to try and see if he can get, a goal or probably create chances in that particular win. The results are already set in that particular game. Find it's a, welcome development to, bring on this young talented lad to the national team as well. But I still see the young man sitting on the bench because he can't bench Victor Osimhen. Even Emmanuel Dennis, even Emmanuel Dennis, not in his fine form, he can't see benching and Ademola Lookman in that particular game. So Bright, the national team duty, is a lot of responsibility. You recall what happened to Sembonke, when we were playing the qualifiers against Ghana, when Wilfred Ndidi wasn't there, he wasn't able to fill up that particular, space left by Wilfred Ndidi. So it's a different ball game entirely for you to play for the national team as well. But kudos to him. Let's just see how things goes on from here.
Right. I also think it's a chance for us as a national team set up, to move from mediocrity to sheer quality. Because you look at several national teams all across the world. Let's talk about Africa, for instance. Senegal have got loads of talent, and then they're all scouting for more to add to the quality. Because you understand the fact that football is now about how much quality you have, your strength in depth, and then in cases where your key players are out, who comes in for you, and how quality are the players are coming for you. So if you bring in Folarin Balogun, it adds to the quality. Of course, gradually moves us away from mediocrity. I think it would make a lot of sense because we have lots of talent. Ademola Lookman, Simon Moses, Kelechi Iheanacho's not been performing. Sadiq Umar, when he's back, he's does very good. But also, I think we need a lot more quality in the national team to help us boost our squad and of course increase the chances of getting to win trophies.
Now let's talk about further options for the Super Eagles. Peter Olayinka is his name. Now we hear 7 Jan's Red Star Belgrade have announced that the forward has signed a pre-contract agreement which will see him join them on the 1st of July 2023. They made the announcement on their Twitter handle. The club said that Olayinka will play for Czech side Slava Prague has spent a 3-year contract with the option of an additional year. Announcing, we're delighted to announce that forward Peter Olayinka signed a pre-contract agreement to join us on the 1st of July and free transfer from Slava. The Nigerian Blues Club signed a 3-year contract with the option of an additional year. Olayinka scored 5 goals in 10 appearances with Slava Prague in the Czech Republic Elite Division. The rest are currently top 16 teams, 7 top 5, 53 points and a 10 points ahead of Pakistan the second. Linked to the European Cup, known as the UEFA Champions League in 1990, after defeating Olympique de Marseille on penalties, which Peter Olayinka the very best as he begins a new surgeon moving from Czech. £1 to get his signature. Now let's talk about more Nigerians now in Europe doing great stops. That's being restored of Cyril Dessers and David Kereke featured from Cremonese and also away to Hellas Verona in the Italian Serie A game played yesterday. Monday, Cyril Dessers was in the 60th minutes after Federer scored his first game since October 2022. Kereke was last goal in the Italian top flight was in November 2022. Came within the 77th minute was Cremonese's second defeat after the restart of the league, which leaves them bottom of the league after 17 games on the first half race from Darko Lazovic was enough to seal the win from Verona. The recorded the first league win since last year September. Lazovic gave Verona a lead in like 9 minutes before adding the second. May 26th, 1999 was enough for the two-run side to come to a victory on that occasion. Turkish Super League outfit Kevo Rizes for now signing Nigerian winger Ibrahim Aoun. Rizescu signed Lawin from Turkey's second division 1 club Ankara Kerebu. The former Rangers international winning players spent the first half of the season with Ankara there before joining his second Nigerian to join Rizescu in the last few days. 423 was the final, which was a weekend. It was announced as Rizescu's player last weekend, wishing the Nigerian the very best win. For now, Mari, let's switch gears and talk about what's happening for Europe very, very quickly. To Tottenham Hotspurs. From there, to one of the biggest clubs, if not the biggest in European football, and one of the biggest in world football, talking about Real Madrid. And notably, until Gareth Bale arrived, they hadn't won the Champions League, since the Bradley Galacticos brought in Ronaldo, brought in Karim Benzema, brought in Ricardo Cesar dos Santos, Kaká, and the rest of them. Well, Gareth Bale came and absolutely changed the story. Well, remember, the role he came off the bench, scored twice. It's the belief in that chicken final, and ever since then it's been a very good story for them. Fell out of favor at some point, left on loan, came back to Spurs, left for the LAFC in the MLS, 8 months back, 33. You can't take away the story of what he's built and what he's doing in his playing career.
What else is there to be bright? Nothing. 20 trophies, including 5 Champions League titles to his name. Obviously, deserves what he's getting. And we're not talking about winning trophies where you're just a fringe player. You're a key player. And clearly, you have to give it to this man. But then I think one thing that is iconic for me was his gradual switch from left back to an attacker. And not just any attacker, it was quite beautiful. He had dribbles in his game, had goals, had access to his game, and knew how to score some crazy goals. I remember that Champions League goal against Real Madrid, an upper head kick against Liverpool, an overhead kick, and of course that goal against Barca, where he ran from outside the pitch, ran in as he got to score the goal.
Never forget that.
Yeah.
That night. It was Copa del Rey.
Copa del Rey final, yeah.
Mark Batra would never forget that
Yeah,
night.
definitely. Ran through Mark Batra. Clearly, he was a man. Over 600 games he played, over 200 goals scored, plus 20 trophies to his name, and I think he's been had a fantastic career. I think he's arguably, in the top list of greatest British players to ever play, the beautiful game. Never won an international trophy. Of course, it's not easy to see, a British player leave the British out to another country to sparkle as much as Gareth Bale did. And for me, he's up there, one of the best British artists ever produced.
The man helped Real Madrid to win 5 Champions League titles, 2 major international tournaments, and the vast array of individual accolades later. Gareth Bale was the first man captain Welsh at the World Cup since 1958. That's another one. Him, it tells the story of how valued it was. He joined Real Madrid, and he was then the world's most expensive footballer. Real Madrid paid Spurs £85.3 million, signing him in 2013. When the man was here in Madrid, he was very much loved in Welsh.
6 years of age. I'm just wondering, who will be the next goalkeeper to fill into that particular space left by this man, because this man has done wonders as well for the national team and also for Tottenham Hotspur team as well. I know Brett will rarely say the most trusted player by the champs in that particular team. This man has been very, very great. So no, I can't forget, that Champions League. Sorry, the World Cup final in which he gave Mandzukic that particular goal. Brighty has been, consistent and also being ever present for the national team, also for Tottenham Hotspur. Brighty, kudos to him. He has won, everything he needs to win in that particular World Cup aside from the Champions League as well. Bright. Let's just see how things pans out for me. I hope he can have a better retirement and as well get to relax and watch his country play the next World Cup as well.
The proper unsung hero, right? It's a proper unsung hero because you're talking about man who played for the national team, from 2008 to 2022, and then that's part of time. Talk about maybe what's his name now, Thierry Henry, Trezeguet, and then move to the Olivier Giroud era, the Lacazette era, and of course, talking about the Kylian Mbappe era, and then we keep talking about these players. Nobody ever mentioned how good Hugo Lloris has been and how integral he's been for the national team. If longevity was a person for the French national team, I think this man is.
Well, maybe because he played for Spurs.
No, I don't think so.
Well, that's the reason.
I just think that the attack at that time took the shine off him, but he was there. He's seen different eras at the national team, and he's been there for them. 36 years of age. He's played for 45 times for the national team, which is a record. 121 times as a captain, and nobody has done that for the French national team in history. It shows you how much quality this man has been, and definitely how consistent he's been for the national team. Despite goalkeepers coming in, from Alphonse Areola, to Steve Mandanda, nobody has been able to replace him in that national team. It shows you how good he is, how integral he's been for the national team. And like Soderek said, I think now that he's going out, the French national team start thinking of how to replace him, because I think that would be a very serious conversation moving forward.
So we're looking forward to what the next chapter would look like for the man, Hugo Lloris. Well, enjoy retirement. All right, Hugo. It's been consistent guy with the national team. Some expect mention, in fact, one of Didier Deschamps' most trusted allies. He's got to look for a new one. Maybe in Kylian Mbappe. Maybe Ibrahima Konate. Could be Jules Koundé. Delicious parts of the eyes for Nketiah's first. You look at that conclusion from the second. That simple thing, chip if you like, that Chino Murray, cheeky finish, cheeky flick. And then, then you look at that and say, well, it definitely tells the story of how important this man is, and
yeah, right. I think it's beautiful. First off, for Eddie Nketiah, because when Gabriel Jesus, went out injured in the World Cup, the Arsenal fans were very concerned about, who's going to top the attack for them. They never really trusted Eddie Nketiah, but look at how he's come. 5 goals in his last 6 games for Arsenal, and of course 4 goals in his last 4 starts for Arsenal. Clearly shows you quality and I like his progression. Basically, like you said, he's improved. You know, he's been a better player, better finisher. You know, from what we saw last year. Last year, it was quite crazy story for him because he was never really reliable. But it's developing reliability, you know, from this Arsenal. I think it's beautiful for the young man. I think it's quite fantastic as well. But, you know, like you talked about, Kidosu, you know, a lot more other players. Fabio Vieira was good yesterday at that number 10 position. I think he's also becoming good competition for Martin Odegaard because he created loads of chances for Arsenal yesterday. And we keep talking about Arsenal not having squad depth, not having squad, but yesterday, the further proof that maybe they have squad. Maybe they just need one or two reinforcements to the team. But you talk about squad depth, Arsenal developing it because the bulk of the key starters never started the game yesterday. Talking about Odegaard bench, talking, you know, Thomas Partey, and then, you know, Lukonga was in the game. El Neni, who was the fringe player, scored. You know, so it kind of shows you quality this Arsenal thing and beauty. But kudos to the man that Eddie Nketiah becoming a competition. I think he's moved from being an understudy to Gabriel Jesus to a proper competition, you know, for Gabriel Jesus because he scored goals.
No, let's see. Sorry. Now, let's talk about Gabriel Jesus and Eddie Nketiah. So does it make sense that Arsenal fans are still looking forward to Gabriel Jesus returning? And now the conversation is he returns and he walks back into the starting lineup. But, you know, you look at the stats in the last 8 to 10 games, Gabriel Jesus, you know, hasn't got any goal. We'll talk about the man that seized the opportunities, growing into that role, probably center forward, has scored 6 or 5 goals in his last 6 games, 4 games now. Will it make sense that Gabriel Jesus just, you know, gets back, fits, and then, you know, grabs that, you know, starting bet from Eddie Nketiah? Hasn't Nketiah worked well enough for him?
Well, Brett, he hasn't. You know, for me, you know, I think football has evolved past the era of just scoring goals as well. You look at modern day strikers of, you know, this era. Talking of Harry Kane, he scores free kicks as well. You know, also crosses corners. You know, participates in set pieces like that. You know, those are, you know, the current features, you know, that mold strikers of this particular caliber as well.
What does Haaland do?
Well, right, he scores goals, he participates in set pieces as well. He scores from set pieces as well. You know, Nketiah is yet to do that.
Yeah, but
Brett,
now, are we talking about?
Yes.
Are we in the conversation of the kind of goal he scores or goals?
Yes.
What's a striker's primary responsibility?
well, Brett
Sorry.
is to score goals.
Yeah, it's to score goals.
Yes, goals.
Right. So
Yeah.
now,
Well-
four goals in 4 games and 5 goals in 6 games. That's a goal or goals.
Brett, I think we are just getting too giddy about Nketiah. You know, this was the same Nketiah, you know, that was nowhere to be found against Newcastle United. You know, Arsenal fan at that point they were missing Gabriel Jesus as well. Brett, as a striker, this is it. You know,
What was Haaland against Chelsea last weekend?
how many goals has he scored?
Just asking.
Okay,
Right,
I'm
yes,
also
so-
asking as well.
yes.
So if the conversation is about a player goes missing in 1 game, and you're like, okay,
No,
that's why we need Gabriel Jesus.
He played against Oxford United. You know, they are 15 in the League One as well, not even the Championship. I wonder why we are getting this convention against Nketiah.
Here's the thing. I don't think Nketiah is a bad player.
I'm not saying he's a bad player.
I don't. Here's the point, right? You know, you were asking about Gabriel Jesus and Nketiah, and of course, the competition that seems to be right now. Here's what I think: Gabriel Jesus gives Arsenal a lot of energy. You know, when they play the attack, you know, he runs, he's a hustler. He pushes the ball a lot more forward and, of course, you know, gives Arsenal an extra bite. And he improves the wingers, improves Saka.
He creates chances as well.
Chances, you know, gives Saka and Martinelli a chance to, you know, enter and even score goals. And I think that's something that's lacking in Nketiah's game. Nketiah is more like a striker that just sits there. He runs into spaces and lets you give him the passes to score the goals because it's good to score for you. So I think it's a case of, you know, the kind of game. There are games where you need the kind of energy that Gabriel Jesus brings in. He puts in. He brings energy, hustles, and creates chances for the other wingers. There are games where you need Nketiah to come in, you know, because Nketiah is in a kind of forward that he's going to get into spaces for you. Just give him those passes. He's going to try to score. So that's also a conversation. So I don't think it's a matter of, you know, the kind of goal Nketiah scores or, you know, he hides in games. We've seen games Gabriel Jesus hides.
But he creates chances enough.
Well, he hides in games too. In loads of games, as a matter of fact.
How many chances did Nketiah create against Newcastle?
No. Is it the striker's responsibility to create chances or
That's-
score goals?
that's what we're getting
now
wrong.
because we need to understand that.
You realize
Absolutely.
that Erling
Now-
Haaland has scored
now-
21 goals in the Premier League. He's created just 3 chances.
Now, yeah,
You know, so
because
it's not about
if
chances.
you're talking creating chances now, then you give it to Timo Werner would herald it.
Definitely.
Now he creates chances,
Loads.
loads of
Loads
chances
of
in a
them.
game.
Yeah.
Now, if you talk about creating chances, then we should be screaming and losing our heads over Darwin Núñez. Yeah, but we're saying Darwin Núñez needs to do more. Why? He's arriving in the proper moment. He's creating chances, but what's he not doing well as a striker? His primary responsibility,
Second-
which is scoring goals. He's not
Second-
good. He's not doing that.
Secondly, Brighton, ball is about numbers now. yes, you help your team, you improve your team, you make an impact. But what are the numbers? Because when comparison sets in, you know what the basis for comparison will be the numbers.
Yeah.
You know, the Gabriel Jesus, unfortunately,
because-
is lacking in the numbers.
Yeah, because you like Kylian Mbappe. Why do you like Mbappe? Mbappe scores goals when we create chances.
We're talking about Haaland because
Yeah, but he would
of 21
score
goals.
You know.
No, but at the end of the day,
Neymar
right,
would create chances, but he scores goals too. Messi would create chances, scores goals.
I think-
Ronaldo would pick up his bat, would create chances, but score goals suddenly.
I think it's about the kind of game. I
Yeah,
think
but
we're talking about the
now,
fact that
but as we wrap up this conversation,
Yeah.
all in all, the most delighted man will be Mikel Arteta has got
Yeah.
options, quality,
definitely
hospitality.
good headache, right? Good headache. I think right now he's happy because the hallmark of the coach, and then what makes a coach happy is the fact that you can get someone from the bench that will come in and score goals. So you look at what happened against Chelsea. Talk about Manchester City. The substitutes came in and scores goals, and Pep was so delighted. So it gives the coach so much happiness that you know that you've got strength, depth, and that's what Arsenal are building right now. Which for me, beautiful to see.
Welcome, football fan, Implication. Good to have you join us.
Hello, good afternoon, Brian.
Yeah, Victor, the Sports Oracle. Welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mary. What a great time, right now. You probably experience of a great time to talk about the trending in that content football. My honor, special to Carousel because the news that Carousel has from the international club or just simply so you can look at it. There's very lot of stuff where we take trending on to come and Brazil. What I wanted to say this season is that what is really happened to some of the teams that might be themselves to the way that they have played themselves now. If really good market is playing so good for that. Arsenal is on the team that is playing also for what I think coming another investment. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, yesterday, Mussolino scored 6 minutes into the game. Well, I don't know, that sound like Mussolino scored, putting Bologna ahead. Well, Atalanta fought back. Menes and, of course, Holland got the goals in the 47th and 58th minutes, and he turned the game on its head, handing Atalanta without Ademola Lookman the win in the City game. Yeah, good to have you join us.
Yes, good afternoon, Brian.
Thanks for joining. All right, Ofonime, thanks for joining. Welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, you know right now, I don't have time to call it that. Yes, I want to say something about this man. Okay, he's good. I don't like the way this man has him get for now. Because he has been a good because every time they have back, I know it's always frustrating. And break, get something about this guy for this come and say something good. That was together. That's really. Yes, true.
So we'll tell you about that. We'll get to transfers.
All right, thank you.
So right here, in the other Serie A game, Verona solved Cremonese by 2-0. In the La Liga Santander game, Athletic Bilbao nil, Sassuolo nil. Oxford United in the FA Cup, lost against Arsenal by 3-0. So the story continues from the phone lines. Welcome, football fan. Name and location.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, thank you for joining.
Yeah, for me, I'm the owner of Brighton. But I want to say that we are very sure when it comes to Chelsea fans.
Maris people.
It's not good for us. I don't have what to say. But whenever I think we need a I can't speak.
Sorry,
Yeah, I know.
Sorry, my brother.
It's the same thing with Mari and Nolax. Nolax Henry.
Sorry, my brother. Sorry.
What we are going to do, brother, we are important. You should try and do something. You should try and speak because, like I keep on saying, we are not like man. We are not like man that have patience. Chelsea fans do not have much patience. We have tried. We have supported him for this long. So you should try and do something. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. Well, the message here is that you are not alone.
That's not how my story goes. You could be my hero before I let you go.
If you check around that bomb is here, the bomb is here, you see two friends always together. A friend in need is a friend indeed. Welcome, football fan. Name and location.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, thanks for joining us.
How I'll be the best of in the street of
Nice.
Chelsea is going to draw against Fulham, including Liverpool. These people must suffer.
My brother,
He just wants them
my
to
brother,
suffer.
you won't kill them.
He just wants them to suffer.
They did not try that nonsense.
You know,
Let the Grandpa accept to that next position, the end of the season. As for Arsenal will be in third position in Premiership this season at the end of the Premiership. Man City will carry the Premiership. As this season for FA on 28th of this month. So after he's just doing the initial grind, and because of it, you see that they have already arrived. When Chelsea and Liverpool is down, they are now claiming that they are arrived. They will miss Manchester City in a way. The language they will never understand it. Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining.
you know, I saw a post yesterday, on the tweets basically, the Richards fans were clamoring for, Todd Bowley to be sacked. And then somebody just said, but that man is somebody's uncle, somebody's father. If you get him sacked now, where does he want to feed his family?
So it made a lot of sense too. Welcome, football fan. Name and location.
Yeah, good afternoon, Brian.
Yeah.
That voice sounds familiar.
Confirm it for us.
Please do.
I don't like this too.
My brother know that I'm here with you. I'm here with you.
You will never walk alone.
What is this? What does this mean? Okay. Aqua United did not finish their own. Just to join. Like how? What is happening?
Waiting minutes.
I paid my way to go and watch Aqua United play. They were defeated 2-0 at home. Like the ticket paid me, the transport paid me. On my way coming back, I was checking my phone. I saw 3-0. Before I reached the house, I saw 4-0. I expected it, but I did not expect 4-0.
No, that's 6-0.
Mainly, I saw Jorginho in the midfield. I knew that it was over. I don't just understand what's wrong with Potter. Zakaria and Chukwuemeka played the last game with Man City, and they were there to hold Man City to that level. And you change it and use Jorginho. Wow! That was the primary school teacher. We need him out immediately. Thank you very much.
Dollars, you're not alone. Thank you for joining us. Welcome, football fan. Name and location. Yeah, top gunner.
Right, I said, yeah, so that is very poor. I'm telling my yes, right. With the fact that cost, not a different environment. But that's if I get them at hand, I'm looking at one. The picture, so that they have bought that the day for ICH form. They put in equal that for calculation. I wish them to because either four banks, I don't want that bank as a friend. Friend, that's now, they are not enough. They smash up for this was the money. We are just expected to friend. I tell you, this time around, that's not for you, can friend. But you see, you guys the auto. That's not this in your mind. Don't let the friend. I think give a chance of question to Gary Blair. The great performance from the kind of style. Look at the fear when you walk on side. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. Not everyone was meant to win the World Cup. Not even the legendary
winger, then you know that that winger will give you whatever you want. But see, fully all of them, even this man, Timo Werner, who has been able to driven past opposition, they make a mistake and then send him back to where he came from. So all of a sudden, all players here now don't know how to play football. You don't know how to dribble past. As a winger, you need to learn the type of football that Gareth Bale used to be, even Eden Hazard. So I'm disappointed. As all these players fall on the head of Graham Potter, I think if it's not the Graham Potter, I will always say this. I love the man. I love his work. So he has not been able to give us a good result. Before Thomas Tuchel go, he loses a lot of matches before man is being shown exit from. So it was not my fan perspective. I didn't expect this man to do so, but all the sudden has done. So I say congratulations to Gareth Bale. He's a hero. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dominic, for joining. Local football fan, communication.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Right. Number one. You don't have fun. That what you talk about. Please help us so that you enjoy that your fun. But it sounds fine. What says me? She says today, or say before you today, is the government Santiago led. Santiago have mouth to advise changing board to leave ground for them. Give him. So voting data, vote to come into change under 7 months and bring him collector sources, collect he stayed 11 years at England, being a failure at Man City, telling us to give it back time. Because it's happening. Therefore, somewhere, as you normally sound, tell the board of church, some book or some book, tell him to practice one immediately. Look at when the tax is away, the heart will come to the farm and dance. Because Abraham broke his house. And Abraham is already down for nonsense. He can't do it. He can't do that. Look at the grandfather, grandfather. Is he a class? He's not a class of change for this, which are really good. So, please, do your job well. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much for joining. Appreciate it. Mari, can you walk with us to Facebook? Go alone, don't take Harry.
Let me feed him from the live feed as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Now, first off, we have comments, a lot of comments from live feed.
He needs the energy.
Yeah, he needs to be.
So he can walk.
The first comment from Joseph Sparrow says,
I'll rise again.
Gary. The first comment comes from Joseph Sparrow says, Igor Lloris for me is a legendary goalkeeper for more than France and also for club he has played. And for the number of caps he has this time, a quite young goalkeeper should set up. In Desire Ivan has a good afternoon, sports crew. I want to agree with Solarex that Edin Ketia, as so much he has improved and has been scoring a lot of goals lately for Arsenal. No intention to underrate him. He's an average striker at best. He's not that marksman that can fire Arsenal to the league contention. Florence is saying, say, hi guys, tell Chelsea fans that there's always lights at the end of the tunnel. Graham Potter will either go good later or come home good. For now, we have to pray. Please, my regards to my personal person, Victor the Sports Oracle. Solaris, you look like an investor. Thank you so much, Florence. Then Israeli say Florence SN. Then Israeli say, good afternoon, Planet Sports Crew. I was shocking to me when Aqua United lost it was shocking to me when Aqua United lost in the weekend. Gunners are always going forward, but for this weekend, for the next tie against Man City, it's going to be a cracker. It's really the Gunner fan from Uyo. These are even comes in against it. Edin Nketiah has scored goals. I mean, if he's a good finisher, but of late, Edin Nketiah has scored goals. I mean, if he's a good finisher, but for most of the goals he has scored, decent strikers could put it to bed. Like the pass from Vera yesterday for the first goal, many strikers could score that. The question is, when he faces very upright defenses, can he put something out of nothing and score those goals? That's why I feel Gabriel Jesus just have an edge over Edin Nketiah. So that's all from the live feed for now.
All right. Let's look at transfer stories. Let's begin with the one that concerns Chelsea. Well, Maru, Chelsea are very close to signing Atletico Madrid forward João Felix on loan for the rest of the season. He's 23, played for Portugal, but he sparkled at the World Cup, scored 1 goal in 5 outings at the tournaments, attracted interest from Arsenal and Manchester United, but it is understood he would favour a move to Chelsea. Oh. Will he play anything different from the bulk of Chelsea wingers or attackers? We see Christian Pulisic, talking Raheem Sterling, maybe Mason Mount sometimes, Kai Havertz, Hakim Ziyech. Is there any need going for João Felix? This is exactly what Chelsea need at this point in time.
Right, I'll answer the question in 2 ways. First off, for João Felix, bright attacker, and he knows how to create chances. And I think one thing that stands him out from the other Chelsea wingers is consistency and reliability. He's reliable. For Atletico Madrid, plays loads of games, played 96 for his mouth actually 2019. He scored 25 goals as well. So he's consistent, and that's contrary to Raheem Sterling, who's not consistent. Kai Havertz, obviously not consistent. Christian Pulisic, injuries, of course. Mason Mount, that flops today, he works tomorrow. And then we're talking about Hakim Ziyech, who's also not consistent. So João Felix brings in consistency and reliability to that Chelsea team. But is that what Chelsea did right now? I don't think so. Basically, because we have, Chelsea, got loads of wingers in that team. They need a finisher.
Mari, hold your thoughts
Yeah.
for a bit. Just came across this. Well, it's now for confirmed.
Right. He's a Chelsea.
Yeah, he's joined Chelsea.
Right.
Now, the loan move for 11 million euros, with 100% salary covered by Chelsea. Will extend his contract with effect him to 2027. He set a flight to London a few hours from now to undergo his medical tests officially to paper.
Right. He's a fine talent, like I said. He's a fine option, but he needs a proper finisher to work with. Look at, Felix, at Atletico Madrid. The days he worked was when, Alvaro Morata was good, was scoring goals, basically. So he needs a proper finisher. Chelsea right now struggling to get a finisher. Aubameyang has not been the man for them. David Datro Fofana, they don't know what to expect from him. So, yes, João Felix comes in. His consistency is a lot different from Sterling and Kai Havertz, but then I don't think that's what Chelsea is right now. That's it for me. But all it's a fine option. Like I said, it's a fine option because, you look at comparing to the Chelsea's wingers, he's a lot better in terms of consistency. He creates more chances and he adds goals to his game too. That's something that's different from, stands him out from every other Chelsea winger for me. But Chelsea right now need a finisher. That's what they need, a midfielder that can create chances, and they need a finisher that can convert those chances.
This thought Bolly really wants Graham Potter to summarize.
Well, right, first up, every club owner will always wants, the manager to succeed as well by backing up with, good transfers, good options from the market as
They're
well.
spending all of this money. They're spending wisely.
Well, right. I don't think they are spending wisely, looking at the players, they've, gotten. But I look at the, array of players at Chelsea. from Pulisic, to ZH, from Sterling to what's his name now? Nkunku as well. Nkunku is on his way to also joining Chelsea as well. So, right, a lot of talented wingers, who are pacing and also create those chances for them. The only missing piece for Chelsea has to be, Mario have said it all, that striker. I look at Josh Felix, talented lad, sparkled at Benfica bit, right? This man has played, for, how many years he has played up to 4 seasons at the La Liga. He's yet to have double, figures when it comes to goals as well, right? He has scored up to 8, scored 7, and scored 6 as well. So what do they really, expect Josh Felix to come and do at the following bridge? So, right, what Chelsea really need is to go back to the transfer window, ship in more players, probably might be an attacker as well.
The funny part, it was yesterday that Bolly officially step down as executive director. So he's been the one doing the signings. Clearly shows you that number one, they don't have a transfer strategy. You're going to transfer with no strategy. You're just going for any available lad in the market. It doesn't make any sense. It looks like I was telling Sorex, off the mic, that you just tell, the Chelsea guys, just take transfer news for me. Who is Man U going for? Who is Arsenal going for? Let's go for him. That's what it looks like.
Welcome, football fan. Name and location.
Yeah, right. What is the point is that it's not something the fans not to look at for. As far as I said, I'm really trying to play the season for the competence exactly as them. So the club must work from silently to play. Let me be that it is on the best of that play that is given of this contract because he can't competition. That's my big fan.
All right, Arsenal Shakhtar Donetsk are getting closer to reaching an agreement over a deal for Ricardo Mudryk. That's according to Mercato. It's 22 years old. The key target for Mikel Arteta side is January. The report indicates that positive progress will be made over a move of the vision of 100 million euros. Of Cristiano Ronaldo. Busquets is 34 and is out of contract at the end of the season. And the source said Al Nasser are prepared to offer an annual salary of around 13 million euros net to take him to Saudi Arabia. Major League side Inter Miami are also keen on signing the former Spain international. Finally, Borussia Dortmund won the key. So far, Moukoko is in talks with Newcastle by a free transfer in the summer. That's according to the Evening Standard. That's what we hear now. Lucky last caller. Welcome, football fan. Name and location. Yeah, Joe.
But I think personally, I don't see what I think Chelsea is better position as well. Don't forget, to me, I think we have fought enough the capability of winning matches and winning changes. Even when they make those stages, you think they cannot really positive meaningful impact in the game. So I think what the Chelsea should do is to sack him better. And also to reduce the number of total players at Chelsea. Like Jorginho should be showing and the full number of them. I think you actually should be very targeted to the Chelsea player lineup because of course we have wingers. But I think with those wingers able to perform better and new chances, we have a stage which almost you not see the performance which here in Chelsea. But it has different. And she's coming here and just say, they have not done anything better. So I think this players coming. I think the coach way of saying reading the team should be improved.
All right, Joe.
We just come out to cover. Thanks so much, Zach.
Thank you. Belair given permanent through at Mexican Stadium. Courts investigating Danny Alves for sexual assault. EFL Conference back later tonight. Manchester United taking charge of Atlantic by 9 p.m. And at the same time, Newcastle taking Leicester City at St. James's Park. The Copa Italia is back as well. Inter Milan taking Parma in the KNVB back games. FC20 taking Telstar. And of course, not better taking FC Eindhoven. Sparta Rotterdam versus PSV Eindhoven. So the fixtures to cross Europe later tonight. Well, happy birthday, Hi Chief Sidabakman. You have my very best wishes.
AKA AT Alexis. I have my best wishes.
You have my best wishes. So Rex, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mario, as well. We're back here tomorrow morning, 7:30 to 8 back in the afternoon, 3 and 4 p.m. Well, you walk with no,
Mario, that was too early. That was too early. Please.
All right. Well, Bryce James, guys, it's have fun.
It's rising, rising like the sun.